Jake Paul is taking a break from vlogging. Looks like it's not quite every day, bro. My name is Danny Burke. I'll be holding your attention here for the next few minutes on LandonProduction, breaking down the stories you need to hear today. So, if you can hear me, let's get into this. Jake Paul is one half of the Paul brothers, the other being Logan Paul, who took a break from his vlog channel in January after the whole suicide forest thing. Jake Paul is now taking a little break of his own, but for very different reasons. He said in a recent video that he's taking a break from his vlog, which has been going for over 500 days straight. He said he's thought about the real meaning of "it's every day, bro," and that it doesn't necessarily mean vlogging every day, but instead could mean, and I quote, smiling every day, getting better every single day, coming together as a community. That's a lovely sentiment. It must have gone over my head when that song came out. Jake said he's going to be taking some time to go and help some people. It's thought that he might be heading to Florida to help the victims of the recent school shooting there. I'm not sure about that one though, personally. He said the same thing when he went to go and help the victims of Hurricane Harvey, and he ended up vlogging that and not taking a break at all. I also think this quitting and coming back thing might be part of the whole Paul brothers tactic on YouTube. I think they kind of build up drama, take a break, come back, build up drama again. It could be all part of a storyline to get millions of views and not lose the attention of their audience. Anyone else agree? Or have I got it all wrong? Let me know. Next up, a recent study from the UK says that children are struggling to use pens and pencils because of their excessive use of touchscreen phones and iPads. Doctors and handwriting experts alike have warned that the constant swiping and tapping is leaving preschool children with weak hand strength and agility, which is making it difficult for them to write correctly when they start school. Sally Payne, the head paediatric occupational therapist at the Heart of England Foundation, said to be able to grip a pencil and move it, you need strong muscles in your fingers. Children need lots of opportunities to develop those skills. This muscle growth can come from a number of different places. I'm sure you guys, when you were kids, may have used Play-Doh and cut things up with scissors, like, you know, the really blunt ones that kids get. Well, they actually help develop the muscles that you needed for writing. It's an interesting study because we often think of technology as helping education, right? And in many ways it does, but in our eagerness to integrate technology with learning, have we overlooked things that we've taken for granted? When I first went to school, everyone used pencils, pens, scissors and Play-Doh before school, so we all showed up on that first day with our muscles ready to learn to write properly. It seems that society took this for granted as something that all kids could just do, but now we're learning it may have more to do with the skills kids pick up at a very young age. Moving on now, China has banned the letter N. Sounds crazy, but it's actually true. China's President Xi Jinping has recently moved to abolish constitutional term limits for his presidency. This basically means he won't have to step down when his term is over, and he could actually be a dictator for life. There's been a larger than expected backlash from Chinese citizens about this, especially online. The government is known for using online censorship as one of its tools, and they seem to have gone into overdrive this time. They banned a number of different phrases on major websites such as disagree, shameless, emigrate and immortality. They also banned the letter N. Just that letter. Obviously they haven't given any reasons for all the banned items on the list, so experts are left speculating. It's thought that N was being used in the phrase N terms in office, where N stands for number. Obviously that's not a phrase he wants people discussing because N should never be greater than 2. That's how many terms you're allowed in office, except now it probably will be a lot more. The ban has been criticised as rash, damaging and even just straight up pointless. How can you ban a letter like that? I think most of you guys probably live in a country where no letters are banned. Do you feel lucky? I think you should. The moon is about to get its own phone network. I'm not making this up. It will have a 4G mobile network pretty soon. Vodafone, Nokia and Audi have said they're working together to support a mission by scientists to achieve the first privately funded moon landing. Vodafone will then set up the moon's first 4G network. This will let the two Audi rovers connect to a base station and beam back their footage of the moon's surface. It will be in crystal clear HD, allowing us to see the moon like we've never done before. The rover will be visiting NASA's Apollo 17 lunar vehicle, which was used and left there by the last astronauts to walk on the moon back in 1972. I know, it's just getting more and more crazy here, but I saved the best till last. The whole thing is going to be broadcast to the world so you can watch along as it happens. The chief executive of the project, Groot Alive, has said that this is a crucial first step. In order for humanity to leave the cradle of Earth, we need to develop infrastructures beyond our home planet. That all sounds very exciting indeed, but now I'm wondering what the moon landing hoax people are going to say this time. Do they think that these companies are also in on the conspiracy too? Is everyone in on this conspiracy? Am I? Are you? Can't trust anyone these days. Heading over to Japan now, where we have news that the Tokyo 2020 Olympic mascots have been revealed. It's become a bit of a tradition over the years to just have stranger and stranger looking mascots every single Olympics, and Tokyo has really stepped up their game this time. They've just released pictures of their Olympic and Paralympic mascots with the kinda cold sounding tweet of "It's official, design set A has been chosen." Kinda sounds like it was written by a robot. I mean, it is Japan, so maybe that wouldn't surprise me. The mascot won out over 2 other contenders, which you can also see here. That third one on the right looks a little bit terrifying, just a little bit. I presume its name is Design Set C. Just a guess though. They haven't announced the name of the winning mascot. All we know so far from the press release is that, and I quote, "The mascot has a strong sense of justice and is very athletic." And also that it has a special power allowing it to move anywhere instantaneously. Oh, I see. Just a special power allowing it to travel at superhuman speeds. That sounds suspiciously like it involves banned substances. That's right. I just accused a fictional mascot of doping. Probably time to move on now, isn't it? Alright, next up we're going to the movies, and I regret to inform you that Groot is dead. You know Groot, the big twiggy fella from Guardians of the Galaxy. You know him if you saw him, he's hard to miss. At the end of that movie we see the lovable silent tree alien sacrifice himself to save his friends and ultimately the universe. Fans had to wipe a few tears at that scene thinking he was dead, but right at the end we see baby Groot emerge from the rubble. Yay, he's alive then. That's what we all thought. Groot has just reverted back to his young form and will grow up into adult Groot again. Well, apparently not. There was discussion on Twitter yesterday about who people would save between baby Groot and the Porg from Star Wars. One woman pointed out that Groot can just grow back, like in the film, so you should always save the Porg. Director James Gunn then replied with the shattering news that first Groot is dead, baby Groot is his son. He went on to point out that this is actually canon. It's mentioned in the comics from years ago. However, it's still come as quite a shock to a lot of fans. You think you know a Groot, and then you just don't. You know, it's hard. Alright guys, it appears I've run out of stories again, which means we better wrap this one up. That's day 3 done though. What do you guys think? What did you enjoy? What do you want me to talk about tomorrow? What do you think about pineapple on pizza? All great questions. Thank you for watching LandonProduction. I'm Danny Burke, and I will see you in the next one.